Story title, The Enchanted Halloween Night. Once upon a time, in a quiet little town called Willowbrook, children waited all year for one special night, Halloween. The houses were small, the streets peaceful, and the people kind, but when October arrived, the town changed. Pumpkins appeared on every doorstep, candles glowed inside, and the cool air smelled of cinnamon, apples, and something mysterious. The origin of the night. Long ago, thousands of years before Willowbrook even existed, the people of Ireland celebrated Samhain, a night when they believed the spirits of the dead returned to visit their loved ones. They lit fires, wore animal skins, and carved scary faces on turnips to chase away the evil ones. As the years went by, this festival blended with new traditions and became what we now call Halloween, a night of joy, lights, laughter, and a sprinkle of spookiness. But in Willowbrook, this Halloween was going to be different. Meet the children of Willowbrook. In the heart of the town lived three best friends. Lila, a curious 10-year-old girl with sparkling eyes. Milo, her brave yet clumsy neighbor, and Sophie, a shy little girl who loved fairy tales. They had been waiting for this Halloween for months. Their plan was simple: collect the most candies, visit the old whispering woods, and maybe, just maybe, meet the pumpkin spirit their grandma always told stories about. The night begins. When the clock struck 7, the town came alive. Children in colorful costumes filled the streets, witches, superheroes, vampires, and even a tiny ghost puppy. The air was full of laughter and the sound of rustling candy wrappers. Lila dressed as a fairy princess, her wings glittering under the moonlight. Milo wore a silly skeleton outfit that squeaked when he walked. And Sophie, the quietest of them all, wore a black cat mask with silver whiskers. They ran from house to house shouting, "Trick or treat!" Every door opened with laughter, and candies poured into their glowing pumpkin baskets. But then, they reached the last house at the end of the street. The house at the edge. Everyone in Willowbrook knew the old Willow Mansion, a silent, ancient house covered in vines. No one lived there for years. People said it was haunted by the ghost of a lonely woman who once waited for her family every Halloween. "Let's go inside," whispered Lila, her eyes shining with adventure. Milo gulped. "Are you crazy? What if it's cursed?" But Sophie, surprisingly, said softly, "Maybe, she's waiting for someone to wish her a happy Halloween." The gate creaked as they entered. Cobwebs hung from the porch, and a cold wind brushed their cheeks. Then, the front door slowly opened by itself. The enchanted house. Inside, hundreds of candles lit up at once, floating in the air. Glittering dust swirled like stars, and soft music played somewhere deep within. A gentle voice spoke. "Welcome, little ones. You are the first to visit me in 100 years." The children gasped. From the shadows emerged a tall woman in a gown made of silver mist. Her eyes glowed warm and kind. "I am Lady Hallow, the spirit of Halloween," she said with a smile. She waved her hand, and suddenly, candy-filled balloons floated all around them. Chocolate rivers appeared, cookies danced, and a pumpkin piano started to play itself. "Every Halloween, I wait for children who still believe in magic," she whispered. "Tonight, because you were brave and kind, I will give you something special. The gift of Halloween." Lady Hallow raised her hands, and a glowing pumpkin appeared before each child. Inside were not just candies, but tiny golden seeds. "These seeds," she said softly, "will grow into Halloween trees. Every time you share joy, kindness, or laughter, your tree will bloom, and its fruits will spread happiness to the world." The children held the seeds close to their hearts. "Thank you, Lady Hallow," Lila said. "We'll never forget this night." The spirit smiled and gently touched their foreheads. In a swirl of golden light, they found themselves outside, standing in front of the old house again. The candles were gone. The house was quiet. But in their baskets, the candies shimmered like stars. The morning after, when the sun rose, the children ran to the field behind their homes and planted the golden seeds. And from the earth grew small glowing trees with orange leaves and tiny candy fruits. The people of Willowbrook gathered around in awe. From that day on, every Halloween night, the trees glowed, reminding everyone that Halloween was not just about tricks or treats, but about believing in magic, friendship, and kindness. And every October 31st, when the moon rose high, you could still hear Lady Hallow's soft whisper in the wind. "Happy Halloween, my dear children. Keep the magic alive."